Hey guys, welcome back to Z World News, here with an update on the British flotilla armada that was supposed to be headed towards the Russian Black Sea to confront those Russians and to show the solidarity that the UK has with the Ukraine. Well, unfortunately, that did not happen. So I'll go ahead and describe what actually happened in the article. This is coming from Sputnik.com. British media report this week that the Royal Navy has sent a warship to the Black Sea in support of Ukraine against alleged Russian aggression. To describe HMS Trent as a warship is a bit of a stretch. It is actually an offshore patrol boat that is more commonly used for intercepting contraband and illegal fishing vessels. It is only armed with machine guns and has no missiles. It's as harmless as a rowing boat armed with a catapult, as one wag put it. Now, Russian naval defenses have been tracking the British boat since it entered the Black Sea on Sunday through the Bosphorus Strait, but the Russians say it poses no serious threat. Indeed, former Black Sea Fleet Commander Admiral Vladimir Komayadov is quoted as joking, "I would not even say that the British would be able to tickle our nerves, maybe only the heel a little." Now, to fully appreciate the joke, we should recall the last month British media reported that the Royal Navy was planning to send 2 heavy warships to the Black Sea. Those vessels were a Type 45 guided missile destroyer and an anti-submarine frigate. In other words, a patrol boat appearing in the Black Sea marks a serious climb down by the Brits. It looks like the wannabe Lord Nelsons at the British Ministry of Defense have come to their senses and realized that the previously reported plan was a reckless escalation with Russia. Now, amid growing tensions between the NATO military alliance and Russia over the conflict in Ukraine, Moscow last month ordered the closure of sea routes off Crimea and Russia. Now, the Black Sea Fleet also conducted a large naval drills involving more than 40 warships armed with advanced anti-ship and anti-aircraft missiles. It seems hardly a coincidence that at the critical juncture last month, the Biden administration abruptly canceled the planned deployment of the 2 destroyers to the Black Sea. Now, the USS Donald Cook and USS Roosevelt. Now, no reason was given for the cancellation, but it seems that Washington decided it was better to de-escalate. Earlier this month, the Americans deployed a Coast Guard patrol boat, USCG Hamilton, to the Black Sea. Now, it seems the Brits are following in the wake of the U.S. Navy's decision to scale back on warships by sending in a patrol boat in place of destroyers. International military vessels are permitted in the Black Sea under the 1936 Monroe Treaty, but the number and tonnage are limited given the national security concerns of littoral states. However, with heightened tensions over Ukraine, the moves by the U.S. and Britain to dispatch serious warships to the Black Sea in the name of countering Russian aggression was a ludicrous provocation that could have potentially triggered all-out confrontation. No doubt, Russia's demonstration of its formidable naval power in the Black Sea gave Washington and London pause for thought. This reminds one of the maxim, "The only language idiots understand is force." HMS Trent, the British patrol boat, is keeping to the Turkish side of the Black Sea as it heads to the port of Odessa. Russia's Navy is closely monitoring its movement, not out of any immediate security concerns, but the surveillance and locked-on weapon systems will let the Brits know of what their warships will face. When it was reported last month that 2 Royal Naval ships headed to the Black Sea, the purported assignment was part of a larger carrier strike group led by the aircraft carrier Queen Elizabeth. The battle group is due to sail from Britain to the Pacific next week. It remains to be seen if the guided missile destroyer and anti-submarine frigate will detour from the group into the Black Sea, as was previously reported. But that seems unlikely now. The Brits seem to have received the message, like the Americans, that Russia is in no mood for entertaining saber rattling at its doorstep, especially by washed-up empires trying to inflate their ego in today's world. The collapsing state of British society and economy is the absurd backdrop to its navy sailing around the world as if it was the 19th century of ruled Britannia. After all the bluster, sending a puny patrol boat to the Black Sea is a sensible metaphor for running up a white flag. So that's the end of the article. Britain did actually say that they were going to send that flotilla to Syria to help out in the conflict there. But with the situation that Israel and Palestine is having, war almost broke out in that area. I assume they're going to avoid that part of the world. All these articles that are coming out, they don't even mention that they're headed there again. So I'm assuming they're just going to go straight to the South China Sea, which they did state on a previous article. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button to be notified of any new information coming out. I'll see you in the next episode.